Welcome back to Dishonored 2, where... What is making that noise? That is a very large tree, isn't it? But yeah, we are... In this episode, I hope we can grab the last items around here. Oh, I did thought that rune would be in the black market, didn't I? And for that, we can probably go over there. Alright. I did kind of fear that. Oh, no. It's a problem, I can't take him out. There's simply too many people around. What I need to do is... Okay, this looks relatively black marketish. What I need to look for is the thing with two all the signs with the two hands.
Hey, times are hard. Help me out if you can.
False.
Appreciate it. I'll let you in on the secret. I saw people coming and going recently, looking for whale oil, up to something. You watch yourself. A Grand Guard aren't too friendly to strangers.
Alright, not immediately useful, but I think it will pay off. Okay, yeah, now that looks black marketish, doesn't it? Okay, I need that rune of yours.
I need protection. The Grand Guard doesn't do its job. I don't know you. I'm new to Karnaca. I need a tool that can rewire a wall of light, the kind the Grand Guard uses, and I'd prefer not to explain myself.
I can help you out, but not right now. Don't even linger here. I'm supposed to get a visit from Paolo, someone you don't want to meet. Come back later.
Understood.
You should go. We can do business another time. Like I said, Paolo is coming by.
Okay.
Lock it down. This won't take long.
That's it. Stay out of sight.
Not a problem.
Used to be, if you wanted a bath, you just go for a swim. Now the canal smells like pissing guts.
Would this place be any different had I not passed from the world?
8 new cutters, short blades, the good stuff. Morley steel.
I know what you mean.
Do you? Because last time you gave me some backwater foundry garbage that wouldn't hold an edge and snapped against Grand Guard armor.
I got taken on that deal too. But I'll make it up to you, Paolo. Pop off maybe.
Made the Howlers into something more than just a street gang.
By next week.
That's fair. I made a bad faith trade and I regret it. You'll have the cutters, I promise.
Good, good. These are strange times. Overseers in the Dust District, a witch empress, and these clockwork soldiers protecting the aristocracy. All bad for business. But if I get my way, Karnaca will be a different city a year from now.
Do they have... Do they have wrist crossbows?
I'm
Alright.
told they robbed one of our shops. I'd like to see them try it here.
If I was you, I would not prefer to see them try it. 3 new upgrades available. Hardened Bolt inflicts greater damage. Incendiary Bolt immolates enemies. And Stinging Bolt causes an enemy to flee and forget. That sounds kind of interesting. Let's start with gear. The important piece, and the ticket booth. Someone took the
Things
ticket
were
booth.
so much better just a decade ago.
Times change. Someone took the ticket booth key of a drunk guardsman assigned to protect the carriage station. With the key, unlock the ticket booth
Sometimes I wish I had
and
to
gain
find an
access
adventure
to the
among
money
my
inside, if you can
plans.
avoid the
It's
Grand
not so
Guard.
easy to please.
Alright,
You know,
so
I sleep in the shop most nights. The city's not safe.
look, it's not that I wouldn't love to hear all this. I kind of want to try and read what this is. So, if we can get in to the ticket booth, we can make a profit. Sounds good to me. But first, Rune.
A pleasure to do business.
Always.
A deal well made.
Oh, Spring Razor, remind. And a stun mine. Let's talk gear.
Ah, you want blueprints for better weaponry.
Always. We also have Stinging Bolts. Enables black market shops to sell bolts that sting, causing enemies to flee. Now that could be useful. Basically, if I get detected and I can't quickly take them out, it's not a... well, even if there's a one-on-one fight, they can call for backup.
I used to own a cafe down at the
And-
docks, but the smell of fish blood was stronger than the smell of morning coffee. I had to sell it.
And this allows me to... well, this could allow me to shoot the guards instead and then have that deal with them. Then I can also, of course, upgrade my pistol. And this one will probably... oh, no, these are the bolts. Now what would this one be? So we had reload speed, accuracy, and... I don't remember what the other upgrade was in 1, or... that could have just been a kind of shotgun-y blast up close. But let's instead... but, well, the pistol is not really any use. I mean, in this game... I mean, the previous game, the pistol also had its use as something to deal with rats, but... I don't know if the pistol would really be a great tool to deal with the bloodflies. So I have that one. More bone charms. Now that I can make them, that might be something really interesting. What would this one be? I'd like to know that, what that is. Oh. Gives you an advantage in locked sword contests. I always kind of like to have that upgrade, but I don't know. I'm a very big mine user, so I think I'll take these two, and then maybe use this one, because maybe if I cross blades, I'll be able to overpower them quicker, which would give me the ability to basically to beat Well, I would beat them in locked sword contests, and then be able to quickly choke them out. And, well, it's my sword. It's just the most basic piece of equipment, even though I'm not using it an awful lot, but it's just that very basic weapon. I want to have it upgraded, even if I... Sword crossing gives you it on. Yes.
Come back soon. I mean, if I'm still here.
Mm-hmm. I never managed to see the difference on the sword, but just something that... Yeah, I just want that upgrade for the sword.
Need some booze to rinse out the dust from last night.
So, who are you guys?
She's one of Paolo's gang. She likes the mayhem. It excites her.
Oh, that's Paolo, isn't it? Well, I mean, should I take them out?
He's clever, this one. With aspirations. You'd be surprised how high up he wants to be.
Well, then he better not annoy me, because oh, there's an up there. Is there anything around here? That's really worth going into this place. I mean, one side of me thinks, okay, so that's... Can we just bypass the, Oh. I thought, can we maybe bypass the train altogether, but I guess not. Alright, we should be able to sneak by slightly closer than other people would be able to. Let's not set an alarm clock. There we go. As silent as they get. Here, of course, is the interesting question: why exactly am I here? mean, mainly just because I was able to get here. But there must be a reason why I'm able to get here, right? Thought I saw someone. Yeah, there is someone standing at the gate. There is a level lower. And raw willpower. That's also of course useful. Is that something? No.
Impressive how you managed to get there. Be careful. Those people in the oil tanks might still be around.
If they are, I should be able to deal with them with no trouble.
You said whale oil. I got it for you. Not easy to pinch either.
No, you screwed up. It won't work without another tank. Not enough blast. You gotta trust me on this.
All right. I don't know shit about explosives. Never said I did. I'll go out again later and find some more.
Good. You can't rush jobs like this. It takes a smooth hand.
Can't piss around here forever either. Eventually some wanker will see us and the howlers will catch wind. But I hear you. One more tank.
Okay, so what mission clue is that? Black mark hits weak wall. Burglars are planning to knock down a weak wall leaning into the back of the black market shop. They don't have enough whale oil for their blast. I do want the key. Oh, come on, let me pick it up.
Where did those rats come from? Ugh, I will never get used to it.
So,
Should have spat right in his eye. That's what I should have done next time.
can I shoot that to basically film the room with gas? So, I could try and blow my way into the black market, or I could try and be more clever and inform the black market.
I'm glad to see you well.
Would I be able to? No. Damn, that would be cool.
Next time, maybe.
Maybe. Oh. I could just get out. I could have gone out that way, when those guys showed up. Yeah, if you're not standing completely still, then that power is somewhat hard to rely on. Are very large trees slightly in the way?
Working for the Duke's not so bad. As long as you're brave. It ain't to be anybody else.
Alright. So, I know... well, I saw that the black rune, whatever that is, was around there. Okay, it is just a bit of roof, that's...
Getting tired of the sound of my own voice.
Oh.
Talking to a stone wall for all they listen.
That was the way to get up there if you didn't have far reach, I guess. Was I hasty at some point and now lost...
I bet my last coin's gonna be brine hagfish again.
Anybody in there? No? You can start your conversation now, I can hear it. The Southern Winds by Caleb Manley, natural philosopher. The Southern Wind presents at the Academy for the benefit and moral edification of the pupils therein. Excerpt from a speech. Cherished students and learned colleagues, have you not heard the tales of Sarkonos and the beauty of its people? I pose questions today, and I hope to answer in great detail. Let's start with the ones commonly asked by travelers for many decades. Does the warmer climate affect the spiritual outlook of a people? Are those born in Tivia, Morley and Bristol possessed of a more Calaturn nature through the geographic and meteorological conditions of their birth? Are these subjects influenced by the obscure currents of the warmer water and the air that are channeled across the dreadful oceans from the Bendition continent itself? We know so little about that far land. In my travels, I've been impressed with the commonality shared across all cultures, but also in the differences. It's my goal to illuminate these areas of inquiry, and I'll share at least one spicy Sarkonian recipe with you before the day is done. Well, that got us absolutely nothing. A reflection of my journey to the Bendition continent 2 by Anton Sokolov, chapter 14. We were only miles from shore, but our approach was marred by numerous hidden reefs and jagged rocks. They lay shallow, and we spied 2 vessels that had succumbed to them some time ago. The remaining crew was uncharacteristically silent, and we edged by the weathered wrecks. The first mate declared the particularly narrow channel to be unpassable, but the captain dispatched 10 crewmen onto the submerged coral with sledgehammers. Thereafter, each chest deep in water, they pulled the Antonia Aqualo onto the tiny channel with ropes. It proved a marvelous solution. However, just as we were about to lower the rope ladders, tragedy struck, as the men were beset by a school of reef-dwelling eels. Apparently, their toxic bites were quite painful. From the railing, we could see them swarming the men, who begged us to aid before succumbing to the paralytic effect of the toxin. Within moments, all were still in the water. We continue on, in silence, but by sunset we had cleared the bars and put anchor in a bay with a red rock beach and emerald overgrown beyond. I confess I was near giddy to put my feet on land again. The smell of ripening fruits and warm earth was as pleasing to me as a cherished vintage. We gathered wood and made fires, and indulged in some tinned meat and lemons from our stores. How good it was to slumber on the beach with the crackle of embers nearby, having finally escaped the trampled and damp quarters of our vessel. We took turns with the watch and passed a quiet night. At last, we stood on Bendition soil. And there's our bone charm. Of course. It's something that needs to be broken. Okay. Street Fighter. Oh, isn't that a very nice one? The movement is not slowed when your weapons are unsheathed. Oh, that one is so nice. Basically making you slightly faster, and slightly faster when trying to get away is just the nicest thing you can imagine. Yeah, I'm really happy I got this bone charm. And now I lost 2 blocks of my mana. How did that happen? I must have just been very uncareful, I guess. Interesting to still see so many rats around. So, what's behind this door then? Oh cool, a crane. No one's around. Which is strange. And, oh. Oh, no. Okay. We have to crack this safe. Oh no. Note from Cory Brockburn. 18th day, month of timber. 1851. Janice. You'll find everything in the safe. I've written the combination in the usual place. You know where to look in the office. Changed all the safe tumblers recently because I feel like I'm being followed. Pretty sure I heard shuffling and heavy breathing from somewhere nearby in the dark while I was closing up the office for the night. It's not the Grand Guard this time, but we're being watched for certain. It's probably safer to postpone our next gathering. Can you warn the others? I'll leave the Culero when I'm done for today's clients. Cory Brockburn. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but oh, well, that was easy. 6-8 levels is also an 8, isn't it? Well, that was easy. 6. And oh, last one was a 3. But we knew the first 2 numbers, which basically meant we only had 10 things left, and that's very easy to go through. Gathering of the Renters. Of the Regenters? Second day, month of timber, 1851. All members present. Primary agenda, possible actions for the upcoming anniversary of the death of Empress Jessamine Caldwin. Proposal by Cory Brockburn. Letter to the Connaught Gazette, explaining that while her murder was reprehensible, the end results may have been positive for the Empire. Action, motion approved anonymously. Proposed by Janice Tynes. Members wear Lord Regent's crest armbands on the anniversary. Objection by Cory Brockburn. Lovely idea, but it may hurt business for members who need to deal with many clients on that day. Clients may fight it in all taste. Action, 4 votes against, 3 in favour. Motion rejected. Counter proposal by Janice Tynes. Armbands could be worn on the 15th anniversary of the Lord Regent's unlawful arrest. Action, motion approved anonymously. Proposal by Theodora Renins. Campaign demanding wider deployment of the Wall of Light, brought back into use in Connaught by Duke Locabel. The boldest measures are the safest. That is that is exactly the line that was the line of the Lord Regent last time. The boldest measures are the safest. This is a case of if somebody in the Dishonored world uses that line, you immediately alarm bells should start ringing. Action, vote late until word comes from the Grand Guard leadership. Collecting facts and reductions in crimes across Karnaca. Proposal added to agenda for next gathering. Cocktails and spirits served. How did nobody make a remark on this? The boldest measures are the safest. That is all the alarm bells, not just because it's just generally a horrible idea, but also in this world that was the slogan of the evil Lord Regent that conspired to kill Jessamine Caldwin. Somebody should have said something.